GameStop is horrible.
Welcome back to the PapaMeat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come in and sit on down because today we're talking about GameStop. Nowadays, if you want to play a game, chances are you're only seconds away from being able to purchase and start playing immediately.
Buy your
emoji. Most people had no choice but to buy physical copies of games that they wanted, usually from various stores. Even before online, you had to go to the outside, go to a store. It's horrible.
Or buy it through the mail and wait 6 months.
Yeah, you could use GameFly. Is that still a thing? Is GameFly still? There's no way GameFly is still a thing, right? Among the variety of video game retailers, the most well-known was undoubtedly GameStop. For a time, it was the biggest video game retailer in the world. But over time, what used to be a cornerstone of gaming culture has slowly faded out of relevance due to the rise of online marketplaces. But it's not like GameStop was infallible before the eventual decline. In fact, throughout the retailer's long history, there have been many reasons to criticize the company for how it's run. So today, we're gonna talk about why the
Bro, you will bring in like 3 PS3s, 70 video games, and they'll be like, yeah, I can give you like $50 for all this.
GameStop is so terrible. This video is sponsored by B&B Theaters. Summertime means going to the movies. So why don't you go to the 5th largest theater chain in America, number 5. We have a theater close by the studio where we get to see all of our major releases and summer blockbusters. With 58 locations over the U.S., you're bound to be by a B&B theater. Plus, B&B has many ways to...
Wait, he's sponsored by a fucking theater? Wait, is this actual? This is like actual... This is sick. This is like a sick sponsor. Hello?
Watch, including the grand screen, the company's own premium large format.
What?
As the name suggests, this is the theater's largest screen in the building and features cutting-edge sound and projection, creating a first-class experience. If action is what you're seeking, watch a film at B&B and MX4D. MX4D creates a totally immersive environment where you can feel the film in your seat and the theater around you with a built-in motion and sound and visual effects. We saw Mad Max in it. It was fucking awesome.
Wait, that's sick. What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck?
If you need more screen, try B&B's Screen X.
W sponsor. Like, actually, this is a sponsor I'm not skipping. This is an actual cool-ass sponsor.
This multi-projection 270-degree viewing experience lets you take in large landscapes and exciting scenes to their fullest. I also saw Mad Max on that one, and it was awesome. This unique viewing cannot be achieved at home, which is why you need to see Jurassic World Rebirth at B&B Theaters. Make sure you grab a friend, get some popcorn, and head to B&B and watch Scarlett Johansson run around with some dinosaurs on the largest screen you possibly can. Thank you so much to B&B Theaters for sponsoring this video. I've been going to B&B since I was a wee little lad, so it's cool that they sponsored this video. Please, if you're buying one, go support them because they supported this video. Let's get back to the video. But first, we have to talk about...
That's sick. Wait, W sponsor.
How GameStop began. Babbage's was a humble software retailer founded in 1984 by David R. Carlson in Dallas, Texas. The store was very popular, and they eventually began selling video games and other forms of entertainment software. And after merging with a retailer, Software, etc., and facing financial trouble, it was bought by Leonard Rijaggio, a major stock...
Dude, seeing like 2000s picture is just so ominous. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, dang, this is real at one point. You guys look this old at one point. You know what I mean? I can feel the fucking 2000s off of the picture, bro. GameCubes! GameCube! Well, this doesn't look 2000, but, you know. GameCubes! Wait, PS2? Is that a PS2? Oh my God, dude. And the DSi, yo, $69? What?
And facing financial trouble, it was bought by Leonard Rijaggio, a major stockholder of Barnes & Noble in 2000. The company bought another rival chain, Funko, and rebranded itself as GameStop. Hello?
Hey, Hunter, this is Dr. Mitchell. I'm afraid I have some bad news regarding
By 2005, they had become a massive company to the point that they were able to successfully...
My favorite thing about GameStop was like the games that they had. Oh, and in Walmart too. Do you guys remember the games they had? Like you could play at the fucking gaming section. Oh, you would like fucking break your neck looking up.
By 2005, they had become a massive company to the point that they were able to successfully merge with their largest competitor, EB Games, in a $1.44 billion deal. This led them to become the biggest gaming retailer at the time.
Don't
And GameStop has become the
blame.
leading spot to not only purchase games and consoles, but also trade in used games to make some of their money back. This is something that everyone nowadays seems to have the biggest gripe with. So, firstly, I want to talk about GameStop's terrible, terrible trade-in policy.
This is how they make most of their money.
This is how GameStop, if you're wondering, how are they still open? It's this. Okay, this is it. The trade-in policy, that's how the lights are fucking staying on. People bring in their used games in order to receive either in-store credit or cash. That being said, the GameStop trade-in values for games are known to be laughably low and have been memed into oblivion on the internet for, decades. Probably since they fucking opened. Probably since GameStop was even a name. People were like, you're gonna trade in there? Really? Are you sure? Part of what's insulting about this, however, is that trading games were marked up for far more before being put back on shelf to sell to other customers. So they would sell it in and then they're gonna mark it up hundreds of percentile, right?
Yeah, $7 game and they put it up for $60.
And then some hapless son of a bitch is gonna come in and can buy it off the shelf and they're just like, oh, that's rent, baby. We're getting rent, hand over fist. Even recently, someone made a post about how they went to a GameStop to trade in nearly a complete collection of amiibos because he no longer had the space for them in a new college apartment. Also, they're amiibos. A set that could easily be worth thousands of dollars was traded in for $1,300. When I say thousands, I mean $5,000, $6,000.
He only gets like 1,000 back. That's so many. That's so many.
A set
That is so many. That is like an actual collection. What? This is sick. I ain't even gonna lie. All this stuff right here is sick. Oh, I would not get rid of this collection. I'll be so for real. This would have been like an actual like, yo, everybody walks in my house. This would be front center display collection.
That could easily be worth thousands of dollars was traded in for $1,300. When I say thousands, I mean $5,000, $6,000. I give him $1,300. And this sent the internet into an uproar over how badly he was lowballed. Which
Damn.
at the same time, you have to ask yourself, my God, find someone else to buy it. Which,
Yeah,
to be
no
fair,
kidding.
people usually are in these positions where they're just like, I just don't care. I want it out. I want it gone. I don't want to have to go through the whole process of selling them one by one. But I think in today's reseller economy, I think that you could sell that, even being like $2,500.
Yeah.
Give me half. I feel like there are other options.
He could have definitely been like nearly complete set on eBay, buy it all in one.
Buy it all in one or make best offer, whatever, and handle it that way.
Exactly.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Of course, the employees are just doing as they're told at GameStop, so you can't put it all on them. But in fact, it seems that a ton of GameStop employees
They act so like snobby though. It's like they, yo, I get that you hate your job, but don't like be a cunt to me because you hate your job. The fuck? I didn't do anything.
hate the process of trade-ins because it invites some particularly odd encounters, aka people who are emotionally not well, people who also steal things to resell them. Like the amount of times that I worked when I worked at my the place that I worked at in Kansas City, the amount of times that it was just like clearly things stolen from Walmart, and you're like, I don't think I can take this. They're like, what do you mean? It's like it's 18 sealed copies of Grand Theft Auto 5. I just can't. I cannot do it. Here's a list of weird occurrences employees have witnessed trying to process trade-ins with customers. 1. A man came in with his wife to trade in his copy of Dishonored, only to find his secret porn stash inside of it. That's just a good day to me. Ironic substance to be found in it.
What? You're lying!
With customers. 1. A man came in with his wife to trade in his copy of Dishonored, only to find his secret porn stash inside of it. That's just a good day to me. Ironic substance to be found in a game called Dishonored. One employee was given a PS2 with a condom stuffed in the hard drive slot.
Bro, my dad, I don't think my dad ever let us touch his PlayStation 2. That was like his baby, dude. My uncle had one. It was so cool. I loved the way it turned on, like, chew. You know what I mean? The sound. Ugh.
And he was also given PS3 games that the customer admitted were used as weed ashtrays.
That's
Another
crazy.
employee inspected a PS4 and opened it to find that it was overflowing with cockroaches.
Ew.
That's gotta be super common. And according to one ex-employee, he had seen used syringes, dead centipedes, and used condoms.
Ew.
He's like, it was a crazy weekend. A customer came in to sell 50.
So they don't check their games. Or at some point they didn't, right?
DS games, each of which were fake, and someone brought in a box for a controller filled with rocks. He assured them that was what was in the box when he bought it, and the store leader somehow decided to pay him out. What? And one man tried to ask if they would take in some appliances like his washing machine. And a strange customer who seemed to be tweaking came in with a stolen coffee maker and told the employee, quote, "I know y'all take video games, but what about coffee makers to make some coffee for your gaming sessions?"
That's a good sales pitch.
He's just like, "Hello?
You know what? W. I'm gonna try that.
You boys like to stay up all night and game with your Nancy's." And in a more sad turn of events, because we have to do it to you, a man was trading in his old Xbox 360 while the employee worked on wiping his hard drive. They discussed his Xbox achievements. The man suddenly got sentimental and decided he no longer wanted to trade it in, but it was too late. Everything was wiped and left sad.
No!
Which I love the idea of a guy just be like, you know what, never mind. The guy's like, oh, oops. Which also, by that point, I'm like, why don't you, it's done. It is kind of fucked up mentally, though. So, are you sure I'm deleting all this memories? That's it? That's all you want? Okay. It's like already deleting.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up.
Sitting there thinking about it. Well, you know.
Oh, shit. Actually, you know what? I guess this isn't worth the $13 you're giving me for my system. And lastly, a former employee reveals that someone tried to trade in the belt she was wearing to keep her pants up.
Why?
I don't know why the belt you would do that, but that's just some of the things. And also, you know, when people trade stuff in, the amount of like, dude, dusty, gross, grimy, and like you said, cockroaches, or the amount of shit that you see traded in that's just like reeks of cigarette smoke. Ugh.
Yeah.
Brutal. And people have always chastised GameStop for its horrible trade-in value and inability to care for the customers. So let's talk about when GameStop was at its absolute worst with the Circle of Life program. In order to maximize profits, to understand why it was implemented, here's GameStop's ideal customer cycle. 1. Customer pre-orders game by paying a deposit. You gotta put money down. 2. Customer uses their trade-in program to get money back after completing the game for way less than the actual value. 3. Customers ask for store credit instead of lower return cash option, then uses it to buy another game. 4. The now marked up used game is put back on the shelf to repeat the process with someone else. You like that? Do you feel good about how that's the circle of life? And then 5, you die. You're dead. There it is. That's my life. Each employee has something referred to as Cole score, based on things like used game sales, pre-orders, trade-ins, and because used games have higher profit margin, it was aggressively pushed to employees as the priority over selling brand new games.
Yeah. Have you seen that? They'd be like, Grand Theft Auto would be like $60, but like, you get the used version for 50.
Are you sure you just don't want to get the one that somebody's already opened and touched and fondled with? $10 cheaper. Come on. Come on. Cole score. He has like a fucking like marker on his arm. He's like, my Cole score's low. To avoid having a low score that threatened their job, GameStop employees were pressured to lie to their customers about the stock of new games and consoles. One employee admits that a launch day for a brand new game could literally screw him over for the entire week because he would then have to sell way more pre-owned games to keep his score up. So it's like, yeah, you might have sold a shit ton of new games, but GameStop's going to be like, why aren't the used games selling? Yeah, I think I might get fired. It's a fun working condition. Employees essentially became the gaming version of a sleazy used car salesman. It would be pushy and endlessly talk up their pre-owned titles and sometimes not even mentioning the price until the last possible second. And another employee states that this system would put the store in constant state of crisis, stating, quote, "1 week, we desperately needed trades. The next few weeks, we need to focus on pre-owned. Then, because we focused on trades and pre-owned, we didn't get pre-orders." Some claim that the entire stores were fired over the Cole system, while others state that these were simply edge cases. But regardless, after enough pushback, GameStop's made changes on how to run their stores. They removed the Cole scores for individual employees and made it so the entire store just had one score to work on. Today, it's not clear if they still utilize a system similar to the Cycle of Life, but I'm sure there's some GameStop employees watching this right now, and if it is, please tell me. I'd like to know. How does it feel working in hell? Do you like hell? You think there's probably just GameStop lifers, right? I've been here since I was 18.
Oh, yeah. You know, there's like 6-year-olds now that have been working there since the beginning.
2005. How old were they when they started? Hasn't GameStop only been around since like 2000? So I guess he was in his 40s. 35. All right, there you go. Either way, GameStop still upholds a reputation.
He has the Winnie the Pooh mask in the back. You know, like the horror Winnie the Pooh one? You know what I'm talking about? The movie? He has it in the back, guys. He's got like a crazy aesthetic going on here. It's like very scary. It's very unsettling. This guy, like, I think he likes horror stuff. Is vibe.
for treating their customers poorly. So let's talk about a little recent example that just happened. The Switch 2 controversy. Multiple GameStop customers have been reporting that their Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders were being canceled. This has been happening to random people over the past few months, but started to heavily ramp up in late May, with only
I saw Bezzy talk about this.
days left until the release of the console. Again,
I saw him talk about this. He kept saying, I remember when I popped in his stream, he was like actually like stressed out that he couldn't get the Switch 2. Oh, that, yeah, and like the fucking like Switch 2, like actually just like canceling people's orders. He told me that Me Canyon is a horror fan. I don't watch Me Canyon because I actually low key find his stuff very disturbing. You know, like the little cartoonish videos he makes, the animations. I find that truly disturbing. I'm not even joking.
it gets worse for one specific GameStop location in Astoria, as they were revealed to be pushing customers to spend way more than they intended. After people wait all night to get their consoles pre-ordered, they were supposedly told that the SKU number can't be processed for just a console. They used this to push people to splurge on more expensive bundles and accessories. And one customer secretly filmed himself throughout the entire process, spending hundreds of dollars to lock in his pre-order.
So what's the minimum you have to, is it a price you have to hit, or is
it's
it?
Item quantity.
Okay, so I'll do the 1 terabyte micro SD. And then I'll do
oh my god! $900? Yo, they literally yoinked your money, brah! Holy shit! They literally robbed you! What the fuck?
At every GameStop that they're doing this, or is it just a specific
I
one?
don't really speak for this one. I'm pretty sure it's an all-around GameStop.
Okay, interesting.
Jesus.
After the post went viral, GameStop responded on Twitter by saying they were actively investigating the store and offering pre-orders to anyone who were turned away. Despite them trying to make things right, it further showcases the pressure put on GameStop stores specifically to hit their quotas, even if it means massively fucking over their customers, you know, just by being like, we gotta sell controllers. If we don't sell controllers, I want to know who's the guy where it's like, you don't want Bob to come down. Like corporate, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, Bob's coming this week, and he's like, there's a lot of controllers in the back room. This place is shut down permanently. I've been working here since I was 35. I'm 60 now. He's like, that math adds up. By now, it should be clear that working for GameStop can be a bit of a fucking nightmare. So let's talk about why people hate working at GameStop. Many people think GameStop is a great first job, right? Because they can make money in an environment they're passionate. Many people think GameStop is a great first job.
This guy looks like he hates his job. I like how you use this picture. This guy looks like he hates it.
Right? Because they can make money in an environment they're passionate about. I love video games. I want to work at GameStop. Right?
Kind of reminds me of like those commercials of people doing the tester games. I'm having so much fun testing video games.
Yeah, it's so fun playing this game.
I can't believe we got jobs doing this. I know. And my mom said I would never get anywhere with these games.
Those that go to the massive r/GameStop subreddit to ask if it's a good idea to put an application to work there are bombarded with current or ex-employees desperately trying to chase them away. Run while you still can. I mean, one response reads, you can run. Work anywhere else. You think you want to work here, but you don't. Find a local retro game store to apply to instead. This is not a video game job. It's a sales job with zero benefits or incentives. That happens to involve video games. Sometimes. Another person explains, GameStop is not a relaxed work experience at all. Full stop. If you're not good at pushing memberships, warranties, and game protection, they will threaten your job until you get stuff by any means necessary. During interactions with customers, you are constantly trying to sell them on pre-orders, warranties, used games, add-ons, or accessories, and pro memberships, which is essentially a GameStop reward program that provides benefits for a yearly fee. Because of this, employees' interactions become a meme due to how obnoxious they are. There are many stories of employees being treated so terribly that they eventually reach their breaking point. Even in a situation where someone was once robbed at a gunpoint, they were blamed by their store leader and told not to give in by complying too easily.
Damn.
Okay, but the
That's crazy.
Halo 3 edition really
Sounds familiar. Oh yeah, of course, sounds familiar.
Guys, we're gonna lose profit here. Bob's coming.
You don't want to lose all that. Those
You got robbed?
Exactly.
The god.
You got robbed, Annie? The store was dirty last night. What the fuck you want me to tell you?
AM cold score for the show, right? Or for the store. If you get shot, we'll give you a day off.
Do you think they're like, do you want to take the new games instead?
Yeah, instead of robbing our money, what if you just took 3 new games and like 3 pre-ordered games, and that would balance out our cold score? And the guy's just like, In another robbery that took place in Pennsylvania, $5,000 worth of PS5s were stolen after being violently threatened by 2 men. This led to a top-performing GameStop manager of 13 years being fired.
What?
As if it was his responsibility to fight off the thieves for the beautiful, delicious Japanese gaming system. Several employees quit in protest, and it wasn't the first time employees rallied together against the upper management. In 2023, a Michigan GameStop was managed so horribly that every single employee quit at the same time. It
Damn.
occurred on an important day, the release of Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. However, customers came into the store only to find a letter posted on the wall that read, quote, "Unfortunately, due to poor working conditions, the staff of Brighton GameStop have decided to resign, effective immediately. Management overworkers, underpays, and underappreciated its frontline workers, set its unrealistic expectations and constantly threatens termination for any employees that cannot exceed them." And they'd be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go to Walmart." That's before the customers are like, "Oh, okay." And they'd probably just turn around and leave.
There's a lot of people who've been doing that in like retail stores and fast food. They'll just put up a sign like Popeyes, be like, "Popeyes corporate hates us. There's only 3 of us today. We're just not working today."
I see that. I've seen that with like Starbucks meetings of people being like, "You can't enforce this," or whatever, that kind of stuff. And it's always fun when they have like someone's there recording it and they like pan over and there's the managers who are just like so smugly being like, "You motherfuckers. You're all dead." The same thing happened in 2022, a year prior, in Nebraska, where every employee walked out and left an angry letter on the front door. And according to one employee, they were undertrained, verbally abused, and had their jobs threatened at every turn. And employees at GameStop have to deal with way more obnoxious customers than people may realize. One employee posted about how, after fully organizing the Funko Pop wall, a mother brought along her child and let them climb all over the shelves and destroyed the entire entire display. 15 minutes later, after she left, they get a call about how the employees were racist for keeping an eye on her child.
Damn. Damn.
I don't know about that one.
Damn.
In one post, a customer was denied a return of a controller that had clearly been smashed to pieces. The man left after being threatened and called slurs for 30 minutes, only to run back inside and attempt jumping over the counter to attack him. He left after the employees threatened to call the police. And one employee posted a video he took in the store where a man is denied a return of his copy of Fallout 76 because he doesn't have a receipt. He becomes so infuriated that he starts destroying the entire store on his way out.
Hi, welcome to GameStop.
In a more extreme response, one man loses it after demanding a Steam code, claiming his didn't work. After being denied this, he told the employees that he planted a bomb in the store earlier that day.
What the fuck?
Would apparently go off if he did not give him a store code. An entire section of the mall had to be evacuated because of this bomb threat.
Wow.
Chris Chan also attacking a...
I think Chris Chan
pepper sprayed somebody.
Pepper sprayed somebody. I
At
think there's a
GameStop.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one thing to encounter aggressive customers, but what about the weirdos, right? No surprise that GameStops might attract some odd characters. According to one ex-employee, a man that was talking to him was so open about his life that he ended up showing her a picture of his diaper collection.
Okay, bud. Okay, bud. All right. Ew, what the fuck?
On his phone. Would you like that?
What the fuck?
Another customer came in because of the help wanted sign on the window, only to say that he has to confirm how far the Neos Elementary School is before he can officially apply.
Jesus, bro.
Oh. Because he's a...
In an infamous video, members of the FaZe clan walk into a GameStop thinking the employees will recognize them. They're met with mostly silence and leave the store after flaunting.
Wait, FaZe clan? This is FaZe? What the fuck?
Oh, because he's a...
In an infamous video, members of the FaZe clan walk into a GameStop thinking the employees will...
Is the category wrong? Oh, are we still in clap clap? My bad, bro. Yeah, it is. My bad. Clap clap, my bad. Just got them playing a war game.
In an infamous video, members of the FaZe
Oh,
clan walk into
is that Banks? That looks like Banks.
the GameStop thinking the employees will recognize them. They're met with mostly silence and leave the
That is Banks. Wait, that's Banks, right? Yep, that's Banks.
store after flaunting their millions of YouTube subscribers to grown adults. It's horrible. Ugh, good God.
Yeah.
There was also a man that came in to try and trade in a bunch of Gooner games like Leisure Suit Larry, The Guy Game, and Playboy Mansion. He was asked to leave because there was all over his cases.
Oh, that's just
Ugh, brother, come on, dude. If you goon on shit, you gotta keep it. Why the fuck do you try to get rid of it? Unless you're throwing it away, then maybe, but... Oh, brother, come on.
He was asked to leave because there was all over his cases.
oh, that's just glue.
It's glue. It's Elmer glue, dude. I'm a model builder.
It's tapioca pudding. I was eating.
And I had snack pack pudding. Tapioca. It was great. According to one female employee, she had weird men wait outside the store to talk to her almost daily, to the point where she has to have her mom and boyfriend wait outside when she...
Annie, is this going on YouTube? If so, hi, YouTube. I like that they're a first-time chatter.
wait outside the store to talk to her almost daily, to the point where she has to have
Yes,
her
it's
mom
going
and
on
boyfriend
YouTube.
wait outside when she closed up to avoid the pudding. Tapioca. It was great. According to one female employee, she had weird men wait outside the store to talk to her almost daily, to the point where
Yikes.
she has to have her mom and boyfriend wait outside when she closed up to avoid the confrontations.
Damn.
And similarly to that, another woman dealt with tons of weird attention from male customers because the manager exclusively hired attractive women to create what she described as a hot GameStop. Men would drive from far away to lurk around and talk to staff. The employee was eventually fired and was told that the manager was later taken away in an ambulance after having a violent meltdown where he, quote, declared himself as a high archangel.
What the fuck? Newbie! Thank you for the tier 1 4 months. Thank you. What the fuck? What? Hello? What?
Ambulance after having a violent meltdown where he, quote, declared himself as a high archangel.
Sounds kind of like the coffee thing.
Which, well, not only that, but it sounds like he's trying, like, is he a fucking cult leader at a GameStop?
No
Oh, my
kidding.
beautiful babies will play these games.
I am the archangel.
There will be pre-orders and there will be pre-owned games sold.
I made fan arts? Or did you? Wait, I'm sorry. Did I get like called out somewhere? How do you know about this? This is such an old... this is a year ago when I sent her a DM, was it not? How do you remember that? Did I get leaked? Did I get leaked? You told on stream. Yo, what's up, baby girl? What? I thought my DMs got leaked, bro. I got so terrified. I was like, no, she embarrassed me. I was about to start crying on Twitter. No, Lily wouldn't do that. I don't mean it like, you know. I don't mean it like she would like do that out of like malicious intent. You know what I mean? It's just more of she'd have probably done that to be funny. Be like, guys, look at this DM I got. This is not real. This is an actual DM. This is an actual DM that I sent. No, I'm not. I would not lie about that. This is sick though. This is sick.
Annie Riz for the win.
Caca. Yo, I scared her now. Why am I a loser? Why am I such a loser? A vote. Why am I such a loser, bro? Oh my god. She looks so disappointed. Yeah, I think this is around the same time where I was like just DMing creators just because I wanted to see if like they had like, yeah, no, they had their DMs open and I was just DMing them just because, and then I fully expected to get blocked by them, to be honest. So I mean, shooters shoot, I guess. I'm just weird, bro. I'm a loser, man. I'm sorry, guys. This is you don't want me to be your Oshi, bro. Airball, phew. It's like with the Shibi Doki tweet. Please, I want to play with you. Airball. the fucking Schlatt request of being on my stream so that we could play a game together for my birthday. Airball. You know, I'm getting done the wall, chat. I should just give up. I gotta clock out, man. What's the point?
New games sold and accessories, all at a perfect rate, a perfect call system for Archangel.
Do you think he had a pretty high Cole score then?
I would assume his Cole score was very high. I would hope so, at least. He's the Archangel. Speaking of women, it turns out that GameStop once created an entire training video that teaches male employees to converse with them. Because they might not have done that before.
That's embarrassing.
The video stimulates interactions between men and different types of female shoppers, teaching you how to avoid making a woman feel stupid by throwing out a bunch of gamer jargon at her.
Hi, welcome to GameStop. My name's Alex. How you doing?
As you can see, our unfortunate associate has inadvertently triggered the flight response by his abrupt entrance into gamer jargon.
They don't know how to play, they're just here picking it up for their man. If you have to rub her back. Calm her down. What if it was like that? Massage her shoulders. If she looks stressed, pick out a game for her. Pat her on the head and send her away.
Reach out and touch her arm.
Touch her arm and look her deep in the eyes. Not only is working there stressful and weird and creepy, we haven't even talked about the massive amount of GameStop robberies. GameStop is home to tons of products that are incredibly valuable and small in size, making them highly valued by thieves. Some of which, like newer next-gen consoles, have limited stock and can be resold online for insane prices. And it doesn't help that many stores are often run by just one employee at a time in an effort to cut cost and save money. And in 2023, around 30 GameStops in the US were robbed within a mere 3 months. Even as recently as this year, a group of burglars crashed their car into the GameStop in Chicago to steal games and equipment from the store. This was seemingly a part of a large-scale GameStop crime spree, with 4 GameStops being targeted for smash and grabs in just 1 month. Some burglars are not nearly as successful, like a man from Georgia that was caught trying to steal from a GameStop wearing a plastic bag.
That's a water bag. Look, you can tell. Watch.
Successful, like a man from Georgia that was caught trying to steal from a GameStop wearing a
See, it says water right here too.
Bag.
Water, and it's brother. Come on.
Over his head as a disguise. It's pretty awesome.
Is that water bottle bag?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know what it is, but it's like, what are you doing, man? The St. Mary's Police Department Facebook page made a post requesting information from anyone that could identify the man. They wrote, and I quote, "You can help us catch him. Once you can stop laughing." He was eventually found and booked on 2 felony charges for criminal damage to property and burglary. In a particularly heartbreaking story, a GameStop smash and grab led to one immediate arrest after a young man's entire crew ditched him before he could jump into one of the 2 getaway vehicles.
No way.
With all the chaos that surrounded GameStop's long history, you must be wondering, where does GameStop stand today? Because I know so many people that are watching this right now are probably thinking to themselves, oh my God, I haven't been to a GameStop in years. I haven't even thought about GameStop in years. I only think about GameStop on Black Friday, that kind of thing. I only think about GameStop when it's like a busy time of year, but even then I don't go. It's been forever since I've stepped foot in a store.
No reason for me to go to a
reputation
GameStop.
has never been fully repaired, and they are surely no longer the retail titans they used to be. And after acquiring ThinkGeek, a retailer that focused on selling geek culture products, the store has slowly focused more and more on selling toys and collectibles like Pokemon cards and Funko Pops and all that bullshit. They even teamed up with PSA to start official card grading service.
Oh God, bro.
To undersell you?
Yikes, bruh. Oh my God. Don't even get me fucking started on this shit. Oh.
To undersell you on fucking cards? Jesus Christ, bro. According to GameStop's recent earnings, GameStop's about to sell more collectible items than games.
Damn.
GameStop. Collectible Stop. Change the name. The biggest and most recent news to come out of the GameStop, however, is their decision to spend $500 million on 4,710 Bitcoins to be used as treasury reserve assets. There you go. This led to GameStop shares lowering by 10.9%, but the company states that there is a set ceiling on how much Bitcoin they will continue to purchase.
Wow.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. When we get there, we'll stop. I mean, it's a fucking clown show. There's something nostalgic about walking into a video game retailer. Something that's becoming less and less possible as the years go on. You know what I mean? It's just like the brick and mortar store system is, albeit inconvenient, but it used to be a place where it was like just a place you could drive to. It was something that was tangible that you could walk into, and it was just like a place that would take your stress away, though. It was a place of excitement, you know what I mean? And I think that a lot of like independent stores have started to pop up and fill that void just because all these larger retailers that we grew up with or that have been around for a long time have slowly become, I mean, like the fucking worst. I don't think that they were ever really good, but you didn't have anything else. It's just like it's full ugly faces shown and it's horrible. So if you want to revisit that feeling, maybe find a small mom and pop shop in your area to shop at. You know, because there's so many people that aren't just scummy resellers and fucking parasites. There are people who legitimately love the culture of video games and will give you a fair
I have a local place next to me. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, because they're super nice.
price and, you know, all that other bullshit. Or, you know, you can just buy online. I don't really give a shit what you do. So.
Have you ever traded anything at the GameStop?
Yeah, dude. When you're young and dumb. Usually a lot of people that trade and stuff at GameStop, it's just people who, one, back in the day, you didn't know what you had. So you just be like, okay, well, I just want this new game anyways. And you're just frivolous with just being like, well, I've played these. I don't know. And you sell them back and you buy something new. And you're like, oh, fuck, I wish I would have kept that. It's the same with like magic cards. How many times I like traded in magic cards or sold magic cards where I'm like, oh man, I really wish I would have kept that.
Oh, yes.
It's just that it's a fucking horrible system. It's mostly, I think it preys on young people. That's what I think.
Young, dumb
people who are just like, whose attention spans can only be like, okay, I want to play that now. Okay, I want to play that now. It's that kind of vibe. GameStop sucks. What can I tell you?
That's true.
It's a horrible place.
Yep.
That's the end of the video.
Bye.
Wait, no, we're going to GameStop, aren't we?
Bye.
Bye. I can't imagine. That's horrible.